everyone, it's Nancy from the Kingsville Library, and I have some exciting news. April is Poetry Month, and the library is sponsoring a poetry writing contest. But not just any poetry writing contest. We are going to be writing concrete or shape poems. These poems are so much fun because you get to combine a poem and a shape into a piece of art. Stay tuned because at the end of the video, I am going to be giving you all the contest details. But first, to get you started, I thought I'd show you a couple of concrete poems. One from this book, Wet Cement, a mix of concrete poems by Bob Raska, published by Roaring Brook Press, and one from this book. Technically, it's not my fault. Concrete Poems by John Granditz, and it's from Clarion Books. This is the first one I want to show you because it's a technique called the outline technique. I thought the poet here was really clever because he wrote the title in an interesting way. He hung the N and the G, so it actually conveys the thought idea of a hanger, and that's the title of the poem. And the poem goes like this. I hang out in blue jeans and comfy old shirts. I hang out in blouses and long flirty skirts. I hang out in sports coats and sweaters and shawls. I even hang out with no clothes on at all. And this poem, the poet was very clever. It's called Just Mow the Lawn. And it goes like this. It doesn't hurt the lawn when you mow it, Robert. It's just grass. And that's the lamest excuse you've come up with yet. The poet used the word grass to make blades of grass. And in the middle, he wrote, ouch, 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 ouch. So he's conveying the idea of the poem in this word picture down here. I think this poem is very clever and very funny. And of course, there's a time when the poem is the shape itself, as in this case. I'm sure you can see what that is. All right. Now, as you've heard, some poems rhyme and some poems don't. You can write any poem you want. The first step is to think of an idea. Lots of poets write down all their ideas in notebooks. So they have a whole bunch of ideas ready when the mood strikes them. Once you have an idea, you'll need to think of a shape. Now, sometimes the idea for a poem and a shape will pop into your head at the same time. Poems can be funny or happy or thoughtful or sad. You're the poet. And like I said, you can write any kind of poem you want. I thought I'd write a poem for you right now, right here, to show you how I get started. The first thing I do is look in my notebook to get an idea. Here's one I like. I once overheard a little boy tell his mom that he wasn't the least bit excited about the new baby that was coming. I like that idea. I think I can work with that. I'm going to write a poem about that. All right. So one way, a great way to get started is to write a word map. It's like you're an explorer and you need to have a map to see where you're going. So for baby, I wrote down all these thoughts and ideas. Since my little guy that I overheard wasn't too excited about having a new baby, I'm going to try to find the words that would convey what he was feeling. So that might be smelly, poopy, diapers maybe, brother, could be noisy, annoying, attention getting and demanding, and his mom is definitely going to have a big baby. I think I'll stay with those words and ideas as opposed to the good words and ideas, maybe toys, because after all, this little guy wasn't happy about his mother having a baby. All right, now once I've got the word map, I can craft a poem. So here's what I came up with, my poem is My Mom Has a Belly. Out to here. A baby maybe hides in there. My dad says he will have 2 boys, but I don't want to share my toys. My dad says I will have a friend. I say maybe later when I'm 10, because when it comes to kids, you see, there's really only room for me. So there's my poem, and as you can see, I took some of the ideas from my word map, big belly, brother, annoying, noisy toys, and I made them into my poem. I decided, as you can see, to write a rhyming poem. And the type of poem I want to write is a poem that looks like the shape of what I'm writing about. So I'm going to write my poem, fit my words into the shape of a baby's face. All right. There. Can you see the shape of a baby? The only thing I need to do now is think of a title. And I can't think of a better title than baby, so let's write that. And I thought it would be fun to make the mom's tummy in the shape of a big B. So baby is the title. Let's give the bee a couple of feet and a happy face and some curly hair. All right, baby. And there we are. But hey, there are other ways to do it. Remember, there's the outline method where you can outline your shape like they did with the hanger poem. Or you can do something like this where you've got the words ouch, 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 and grass, 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 repeating themselves to make an interesting shape that conveys the idea of the poem. However you do it, it's so much fun. In fact, once you start, it's hard to stop. I was having so much fun, I wrote you another poem. Remember the one I showed to you earlier? Can you tell what it is? It's a kite poem. And you know what else? You don't have to limit yourself to black and white. I took that poem and added color. And its name of that poem is Up. Up so high, flying like an eagle, soaring like an airplane, reaching into the clouds, eating them like marshmallows, then going even higher until the wind stops blowing and oh no, it dips and drops until whoosh, here comes the wind again and up, up, up it goes so high it gives kisses to the sky. And the tail is made up of the words up, 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 up. So here's what you need to know about the contest. Hopefully you're all inspired to write a shape or concrete poem, because we're going to be giving every single child who sends us a poem a library book bag. Perfect for carrying around all your books, your poems, or your notebooks. And then we are going to choose the top poem in 3 age categories: 7 and 8, 9 to 10, and 11 to 12. Send your poems to social media at EssexCountyLibrary.ca or drop them into one of the 7 open branches: Amherstburg, Leamington, Tecumseh, Lakeshore, Essex, Kingsville, and LaSalle. Be sure to include your name, age, phone number, and email address. That's important. The deadline is April 30th, 2021, and we'll be choosing the top 3 poems on May 7th, 2021. The contest is open to any child between 7 and 12 who lives in Windsor or Essex County. And the winning poets will receive a kite, because it's spring. And when you're out flying a kite, you just might get lots of great ideas for new poems. So get writing, everyone, and remember, you're a poet, but you may not know it, but your feet show it, because they're long fellows. See you later, and send us your poems. We can't wait to read them.